Greetings to everyone. This is Raliji and welcome back to our channel, the Billings Ovulation Method series. I am very thankful to all our subscribers, to all accredited Billings Ovulation Method teachers all over the country, and to all couples who are watching this channel. Thank you so much to all of you. To those who are new to this channel, please like and subscribe and also click the notification bell. Today, we are in episode number 14. Episode number 14 talks about the changing pattern of fertility. According to Doctors John and Evelyn Billings, the changing pattern of fertility means when mucus starts to appear, mucus progressively changing from a sticky sensation to cloudy wet, then to clear wet, and ending with a slippery sensation. In short, when mucus starts to appear, it begins with a sticky sensation, ending with a slippery sensation. This is the meaning of the changing pattern of fertility that we will be discussing today in episode number 14. But let us have a quick review. Last episode number 12, we talk about menstruation. Then episode number 13, we talk about the basic infertile pattern. Today, in episode number 14, we will be talking about the changing pattern of fertility. If you will look at the slide rule, you will notice that the changing pattern of fertility begins after the basic infertile pattern. But take note of this one, there are occasions in the life of the woman where the changing pattern of fertility comes early in the cycle, no BIP, and menstrual bleeding obscure the presence of the mucus. But in episode number 14, we will be talking about the normal menstrual cycle of average length, meaning we will be talking about the changing pattern of fertility, wherein you have the menstruation first, then followed by the BIP, and then followed by the changing pattern of fertility. This will be our main focus in our discussion for episode number 14. A normal menstrual cycle of average length, meaning with a BIP. According to Doctors John and Evelyn Billings, the fertile period begins with a change in the BIP. It means the woman is no longer dry. Mucus is already visible, and this is an indication that the cervix is already open. Let us try to look at the chart below. You will notice that the BIP starts during dry spotting, and then followed by the green color, that is the color for the BIP, dry, and then the vertical line is the symbol for the BIP, dry. The moment you are no longer dry and you can already see the presence of the mucus, it means that is the beginning of your fertile period. The symbol for the presence of the mucus is circle. In the first world country, they are using the baby stump. You can write the description of the mucus in terms of sensation. The sensation is sticky. And then what is the appearance? The appearance would be cloudy. So take note of this one. The fertile period begins with the change in the BIP. You are no longer dry. You can now see mucus, and it is an indication that the cervix is already open. Now, this is the most important question. What is the cause of the changing pattern of fertility? Why is mucus progressively changing from a sticky sensation to cloudy wet to clear wet and ending with a slippery sensation? So we will answer this particular question in our succeeding slides. In order for us to understand why mucus is developing from a sticky sensation ending with a slippery sensation, please follow this sequence of events. It starts when the pituitary hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, or FSH, triggers the ovaries. When FSH triggers the ovaries, several nests of cells called follicles, each containing primitive egg, starts to develop within the ovaries. Take note, usually only one of the follicles in the ovary reaches full maturity in a cycle. What happens next? When follicle starts to develop due to FSH, please refer to the diagram above. The ovaries begin to produce hormone estrogen. Estrogen activates the cervix to dislodge the mucus plug. Please refer to the diagram at the right in order to have a good view of the image of the mucus plug, the one that closes the cervix during the BIP. Now, let's go back to number 4. Estrogen activates the cervix to dislodge the mucus plug and start producing mucus. During this follicular activity, the cervix is now open. The sperm can now enter. The woman now is considered to be fertile. Ovaries are producing greater amounts of estrogen as the egg develops into maturity. This continuous rise of estrogen is the one responsible for the changing pattern of mucus, which starts from a sticky sensation, then to wet sensation, and ending with a slippery sensation. Take note that the highest amount of estrogen is happening the day before ovulation. So this is the reason behind mucus is progressively changing from a sticky sensation ending with a slippery sensation. It is because of the continuous rise of estrogen coming from the ovaries during follicular activity. Now let us go back to the chart. The BIP ends when there is a point of change. Look at the chart. The point of change is what? You are no longer dry. The moment you are no longer dry and there is already the appearance of mucus, that is the beginning of the fertile period, the beginning of the changing pattern of fertility. Please take note of the symbol. It is circle. Look at the description. Sensation is sticky and the appearance of the mucus would be cloudy. Let's go to the chart again. Take note that the mucus is progressively changing. Look, it starts with a sticky, cloudy. It becomes wet, clear, slippery, clear. It ends with a slippery sensation. Ovaries producing greater amounts of estrogen day by day until it reaches the highest point. The highest point is the day before ovulation. Due to the continuous rise of estrogen, mucus is progressively changing. From a sticky sensation, it will become wet sensation and ending with a slippery sensation. This is very important. This is the meaning of the changing pattern of fertility. Mucus is changing from a sticky, ending with a slippery sensation. Doctors John and Evelyn Billings would always remind us that the end of mucus must be slippery mucus. Slippery mucus indicates the egg is already mature and ready for ovulation. This is the importance of the slippery sensation of the mucus. It is an indicator that the egg is already mature and any moment there will be an ovulation. Of course, we have what we call the peak day. And what is the peak day? The peak day is the last day of slippery sensation. And how to recognize the peak day? You can recognize the peak day if the following day you are no longer slippery, okay? And your sensation is already dry. In that case, you need to mark it with an X because the last day of the slippery sensation is considered to be the peak day, and the peak day is usually the day of ovulation. Take note that the first day of dry after the peak day is the beginning of the luteal phase. Let us continue. Now, for those couples who are postponing pregnancy, what is the role during the changing pattern of fertility? During the days of the changing pattern of fertility, EDR3 is applied. What is EDR3? EDR3 is this: avoid intercourse on the days of discharge, the changing pattern of fertility, or bleeding, which interrupts the basic infertile pattern. If there is a peak, allow 3 days of luteal phase. Afterwards, before intercourse is resumed on the 4th day, the peak rule continues. So what is this EDR3? No? So let us try to use the chart and let us identify where to apply the EDR3. EDR3 is applied in the first appearance of mucus after the BIP of dry, the one with the blue circle. EDR3 starts with that particular day and until the peak day, including the first 3 days of the luteal phase. Because after the peak day, the cervix is still open. The cervix will be completely closed on the 4th day past the peak day. So this is the entire duration of the EDR3. I repeat, it starts with the first appearance of mucus until it becomes peak day or slippery mucus, the last day of the slippery mucus, until peak day, including the first 3 days of the luteal phase. Okay? So let's have a little bit of exercise or quiz. Where is the changing pattern of fertility in this particular chart? Let's try to check. It starts with what? It starts on day 11 and it ends on day 16. That is the entire what? Changing pattern of fertility. I repeat, from day 11, sticky cloudy, until it ends with a slippery sensation, which is day 16. Now, where is the peak day? The peak day is on day 16. Why day 16? Because day 16 is the last day of slippery sensation. Because after day 16, day 17 is no longer slippery. Day 17 is dry. So day 17 until day 31, it is considered to be the luteal phase. EDR3 is applied on day 11 until day 19 if you want to postpone pregnancy. Again, what is EDR3? Avoid intercourse during the days of discharge. If there is a peak, allow 3 days of luteal phase. On the 4th day of the luteal phase, peak rule begins. So for those who would like to postpone pregnancy, avoid intercourse on day 11, the first appearance of mucus after the BIP, until peak day, including the first 3 days of the luteal phase. So this is episode number 14. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll meet you again in our next episode.